Yeah, I've been putting this stream off since Friday. I have been more out, folks. Nights for the birds. I'm just gonna say it. I won't try and go days soon, and that will affect the channel in some way. Our channel is, if you consider we're streaming to multiple platforms. I'm debating exactly what we'll do, but I intend to keep something going. At least 2 or 3 times a week. It'll be, of course, nights mainly, unless we do something on weekends during the day. Um, who knows? Maybe I can even get my wife to join me along. That might be fun. Love spending time with wife. In fact, that's part of the problem right now is I don't really get to spend a lot of time with my wife and son like I'd like to. And I've been doing nights for 6 years. It's like I'm kind of want to do something a little different. Something's coming up at work. There may be a possibility of me going days. There may be a possibility of me going afternoon evenings. And I hate that. No, thank you. That is. I hope we don't get that schedule. If we do, we'll be. What we'll be doing, but it'll be mess. Whatever it is. Um, but I want to go ahead and get that out of the way. Why hasn't Puddle? Why have you been pushing the stream back? Puddle's dead tired, and things might be changing with the channel at some point. So let's um let's discuss. I forgot about the prop, mates. You know what time it is? It's tea time. It, you thought it was just a joke, mate. You, you didn't think it was tea time, did you? What's that, Puddle? That's not tea. No, it's not. It's Atlanta tea. It's Atlanta tea. We ran out of tea from last night, so there was no tea this morning. So, like, what am I gonna drink? I guess it's gonna be just dang Coke. Oh well. It's still close to tea time. We have a teacup. We're drinking out of it, and we're going to discuss this interesting development. Some of this I've heard in passing, and has made me very concerned. After seeing IGN's first on Companions, it had to be addressed. We're going to address the 8-ton elephant in a wig with false chests in the room. Let's get to it, boys. I watched this with my wife the other night. We were I was going to bed, trying to get a little rest before going in. Gotta be at work at 2:30. And I saw this and I said, there's something off here. Something that's kind of fake. I couldn't understand it. I was thinking. And it took me a few minutes and I said, I don't think you're real. Dragon Age, the Veilguard game director, who describes himself as a queerosexual gendermancer, claims game is inherently queer. This is not what I want to talk about. I'm not having a good morning, y'all. That's the last thing I want to discuss. By the way, why don't y'all go sub to Valiant Renegade if you're not? If you want to get good information on um entertainment, putting it through the lens of financial reality, couldn't find a better show. Ah, Lord of mercy. I am now beginning to see why EA has been covering so much of this game up now. This has been a very weird rollout. It's been layered build like we've seen before, but it's like they're hiding a little bit of something, and now I'm beginning to understand why. This game was another DEI, which might as well mean die, experiment, where they're going to force it down people's throats and tell you they like it. And then the game started crashing. Every game, Sweet Baby Ink Detected, DEI, Black Girl Gamer, anything that was trying to shove politics down people's throats was failing. Power World was a huge success. Whether it's still going good or not, the game sold massive. Massive! Unknown developer. Beat the crap out of all these big studios. Say, Puddle, that's a one off. That's not normal. Well, guess what? I'm seeing more success and more fan love and building of businesses out of these small developers. Look at Larian. I think Larian has been around a while, but they're definitely been a lot smaller developer, and they've been growing. They've been done Divinity franchise for so long, and then they done Baldur's Gate and blew up. They're not going to do another Baldur's Gate. They don't announce it, but they don't need to. They now have a name out there that they can go. They already had a bit of a name, but now everyone's like, "Oh man, they're so awesome that they can put out whatever they want now." I got my real drink over here. I just had the teacup for prop. Um, it's what they're doing is they're trying to hide what they made because it's not gonna sell well, and they see it. They're panicking. They're trying to hide it as best they could. I've been trying to be as fair to this game as possible. I've been critical when I need to, and I have. I don't know, folks. I'm saying and trying to do exactly what I feel I need to with this game. I'm trying to be critical when I need to, and I'm trying to be positive when I see good things. But there's some things you look at and you go, why? Why? Just why? The game director, if it was me, if I was EA, I would have told them. Normally, we're going to let you roll out this game announcement, and it's going to be so awesome. You're going to get your name out there. I would have told them no, 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 no. If we put you out there, we're going to have problems. What they did was they probably did that. I have not seen this game director very little, but the one time that they do show up in this IGN thing, they definitely tried to pretend to be a woman. They didn't try and put out their crap. But it is super obvious. I wouldn't have done it. I'd have told him, cut your hair and act like yourself. But this is myself. Well, we're going to go get you some help. And we're going to go get this guy over here who's a little peon to go do this interview. That's would have been the smart thing to do. Now, everybody who was like, I really want to play Dragon Age because I really like the previous games, but I'm a little iffy on this one. And then they go and show this, they're going to be like, well, click, I'm off. I think I'm still going to try and play the game, give it a chance. I see some good things, and I see some not so great things. I'm just going to say this. The companions, I have been feeling this way the entire time. As of this moment, the companions look awful. Worst in the series. Let's get back to the video. Or you know what? Let's take a look at this before we head back to the video. They want to make exclusivity the heart of the game's character creator. I think I know why we haven't seen it yet. Somebody call Az from Hill versus Babyface. I believe we're gonna need a rant Mark II. Ready and waiting for you. What in the world possesses these companies to spend millions, sometimes billions of dollars on games, and then go and put something they know ain't 2% of people gonna give a crap about and make it the heart of the game? Like, are you for real? Are you being serious? I don't know, people. I don't know. Son, if I'm gonna spend millions of dollars, I'm gonna make sure I get my investment back. Instead, we go doing like Sony and putting out. Let's use Concord as an example. With the Concord news, I said, you know what? I'm gonna talk with my coworker about it. He doesn't even play video games, nor me. He gets. I talk too much about Disney. I've calmed it down. But I'll try and keep the talk like that on here. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna talk to him about it because I found it such a funny story, the Concord thing. And he's like, wow, that is a big loss. And then I show him the like what the models and stuff look like in the game, and he's like, are you real? Are you serious? They really put that in there? Yeah. It looks cheap. It looks like they went to a dollar store and bought their models. They'd have been better off what is it? What do you call it? Flip Unreal Assets. They'd have been better off doing that. Somebody over there filming Unreal Assets would look better than the whatever they created. I'd fire and blacklist everybody who signed off or done the artwork for that game. I'm not kidding. It's awful. Awful. I'm sitting here looking at Dragon Age. I'm like, you trying to have high quality, but there's something really off with it. Here's the lyrium dagger prop from the game. Gonna be the mark from Inquisition, I suppose. I bet it gets bound to us. It was Solus's dagger, and it's gonna get bound to us, I bet. It's about a found family. The same goes. I believe the companions are over there hanging out at Starbucks in Seattle, getting themselves a little nice run of tea and their grande coca mocha espresso lattes with extra soy sauce. Dang it! We can get through this puddle. Power through. We can do this. I'm gonna say this. I like. No, wait, hold up. It's not this companion. That's Morgan. Let's back up just a bit. What have they done to the Darkspawn? Granted, apparently there's a story reason for why the Darkspawn looks so different. Okay, that's cool. Darkspawn still look better in Dragon Age Origins. Why is Harding able to cast magic? I see. The original people who are no longer there are, how to put this? Their stories are still there. Then these new people come in from Starbucks and they had to It's gonna be hard to get to. I like the dragon. I'm betting it's an elfin god. I both like and hate Minrathous. It just has that cyberpunk vibe for me for some reason. You're going to go and dial the Stargate, folks. That's your Stargate to get to where you need to go. Well, Polo, that's going to be right up your alley. Yes, it is. It better be good. Because I will rip this game apart while I play it if it's not any good. Um, let's you know what? I'll put just a little bit of music on. Um, but it's not gonna be. You know what? I'll cut the music off. I'll cut the music off. We don't need the music. I started to cut it on, but we won't. That way, if Puddle needs to go back and edit something, it won't be quite as bad. If Puddle remembers to edit this out. Like, you know what happened? Forgot! Well, right now I'm not liking you. You're kind of not selling me on this game. You need to be selling me on this game. Right now, you got me thinking this game belongs in the Starbucks bin that's going out of business. You put too much soy in your grande latte again, didn't you? Now, they're too worried about members. I'll just say that. This, I'm about to pick on this character. No, it's not because of skin color or race or if this or that. No, 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 it's none of that. Every time I've seen this character, and I feel like it's not just this character, something looks off. And it's not, it's like, I think it's the animations. I think when we get into the game, it's going to be Mass Effect Andromeda all over again. But I don't know. It's just something feels off. And it's, like I said, it's not no bull crap y'all gonna try, some weirdo's gonna try and put out on this. It's, I don't know. It feels so odd. Watching this character, I think it's the movements. I think it's the movements. It just feels off. Well, Puddle, that's not your decision. Well, that's fine. If you like it, more power to you. More power to you. I'm gonna hide the music player for a bit. Anyway, let's get back to it. I'm looking forward to the Griffin. It's gonna be like this version's Mabari, but it's gonna be more like an ability for the Grey Warden I was just talking about. I was kind of worried about him. Like I said, I don't think it's the character. I think it's the animations. This character here, the elf over here on the left, she looks okay. This looks like one of the better designed characters. I'm kind of looking forward to. And then I'm guessing this is the player character model, and I'm sitting here like, Dragon Age 2 was not the best Dragon Age game in my opinion. It was still okay, but it was like it was so rushed. They didn't finish the environments. They just it was rushed. That was the problem. EA rushed them. Since EA got BioWare, its quality Inquisition was okay. It was okay. Like I replay Inquisition a lot when I want to play Dragon Age these days. partly because Origins I gotta do some work to get it going, but also the gameplay as far as combat was just better than Origins, but the story is so much better in Origins. I would say there's parts of the story that were kind of better and darker in Dragon Age 2. Inquisition definitely felt more lighthearted than the previous games. And this game is giving me that vibe, even though there's like dark things going around. It's just like it feels like Mass Effect. Not really, you know what I mean? The original Dragon Age Origins and even two had a grittier feel than the other games, and it really helped make the atmosphere. I'm trying to like, what is this hat thing? It looks like you wouldn't want to go into combat with this. Like seriously, it's like it's gonna like block your vision. Somebody could come at you from this angle. You're not gonna see them. You're dead. It's dead. Okay, she hasn't fought any real combat yet. That's just, she knows. She knows otherwise. The cute Nari. Okay, so Dragon Age Origins had the first Kunari. Sten. Sten was hornless. It was made into the story that the hornless Kunari were, I think, called Sten, and they were basically meant to go into out into the world and be their spies and their, you know, interact with the real world. And yeah, so gameplay limitations, game development limitations become part of the story. And Sten was very, he wasn't, didn't look as alien because of development limitations. One or two characters, I mean, yeah, there are a few Kunori here and there, but they were just like random bad guys who weren't in that much. They were just like mercenaries. Dragon Age 2 took the Kunori to 11. And they looked badass. And they looked tough. And they looked raw. They were the freaking Klingons of Dragon Age. One of the things that Dragon Age 2 done so much better. I'm thinking about redoing a playthrough at some point of Origins and then Dragon Age 2. I think that would be really fun. This here looks like they went back to Dragon Age 1 and upgraded a little bit and said, we don't need the Klingons. And it was Trekkie, and I'm like, give me the damn Klingon, Kunari. Sorry for the language, folks. It's TV 14, mate. Deal with it. Okay, the hair physics, so much better. One massive problem I have with Inquisition is their hair is crap. Crap. Like, it doesn't look good. If you decide you want to do a girl character, you're looking like a dyke. Like, you have to go get mods to make Inquisition women look like women. That is, I think, one of the main reasons Cassandra's hair looked like it did. No, she was already designed that way. She was already designed that way in Dragon Age 2. So it's not really that. I don't know. It is what it is, folks. Oh well, let's keep it going. I do like the skill tree. I do like the skill tree. I'm looking forward to Chain Lightning. I assume it's gonna be like Dragon Age Inquisition's little lightning spell that I love so much. Now, if it's like the Emperor from Star Wars, y'all, I'm going to be loving it. Shout out in chat if y'all want. This person really should not have done this. It's so off. Feels so off. Like, you want a normal person to do these things. You don't want somebody who's got some weird stuff going on that can't hide or can't talk or something like that. Like, let's be honest. I do some weird mannerisms at times. I'll talk too much about something. It's kind of annoying. I'll just be honest in everyday conversation. But I can sit down here and I can talk like this. I can carry on. I can do things. Maybe y'all find it okay. I don't know. I've never critiqued myself like that. But you need somebody who can sit down and have a normal conversation and be normal to do this. This is so weird. I don't know what they were thinking. I guess the game director's like, well, if you don't do this, this violates my contract. Been better to violate a contract than dealt with it. How many copies you gonna lose from this interview? This interview should be selling copies. The detective. Okay, y'all. Let me pause it right now because my phone is blowing up, and I need to check this. Yeah. Okay. So that was my son's school. I thought they were letting us know we might have to cancel school tomorrow and possibly the next day. We'll see and let you know due to inclement weather conditions. Translation: we have a hurricane looking right like it's going to come right down us, mate. Right down the middle. Touchdown. Right in the kisser. Right side of the hurricane's going to hit us and give us a 1-2 punch. Good thing this isn't much of a hurricane. I survived Katrina. Better not do that shit again. We were out of power for like 3 weeks. It was horrible. And we on well water, so we ain't no power. We ain't got no water, so we had to go do some. Had to go get us a generator. Well, we had generators, but we had to go get a generators hooked up to the well. And let me tell you this, mate. That well, that plug-in to hook it to a generator is not easy to find, mate. And we seem to lose it every time by the time we need it again. But yeah, what in the heck?
As I trip through the endless black, the darkness haunts me. The days are long, the stars are bright, but not the darkness all will behold. I set myself and begin to pray to not be engulfed in it. The days are long, the stars are bright, but not the darkness all will behold. I set myself and begin to pray to not be engulfed in it. Just as I begin to doze, my senses begin to flare. I look across my view screen, searching for what haunts me. I get a feeling that I can.
Yep, and we're back, folks. Sorry about that. Got a phone call I need to answer. Very important. But I think I was talking about the hurricane. I can't remember. We might get a hurricane. We know, pretty sure we're getting a hurricane here. Might have issues streaming and doing some stuff. I will post schedule as I know. Check Twitter, also known as X, for more information. It's Puddle Jumper. ITZ Puddle Jumper. You can read it on the logo anywhere on the stream. Right there. Right here. You can see it at the very bottom of the screen. Slightly center. Slightly to the right. Just to the left of my face. She's so incredibly capable. Okay, one thing I do like about the new companions is they're not just repeating your skills. For the look of it, they're going to be their own skill tree. That's cool. That's cool. Unique, not the same thing. All right, I can live with it. I like it. Let's do it. To vent a itch. She's gonna. Why all of a sudden is it popping in my head listening to this person? This is Antifa the Mage. Y'all, when you start putting this stuff in and then start saying some of this stuff to the side, and people start going, wait a minute, is that politics you're putting in my game? This isn't your game. Well, guess what? You're going to sell it to people to buy a copy that it will be their copy. Therefore, it will be their game. If they don't like it, even if they do buy this one, they may not buy any more. And you're trying to build a franchise where you can make money over a long period of time with multiple games. Not happening. Not if they keep doing this stuff. DEI spells die. It's supposed to be DEI. Instead, it's DIE. I'm spelling what they putting up down. Like I said, I didn't want to do this video. I try and be as fair as I can be. Where I see something positive, I say it. Where I see something I need to be critical of, I'm going to say it. That's the plan with the channel. I don't want to be one of the people who's just critical all the time. I don't want to be one of the people who's just positive all the time. I'm trying to do a balance. Fair and balanced. She has a weird attire. Definitely a weirdo kind of thing going on. But I don't think it's necessarily bad. It's just, you can do something kind of alien in a fantasy world. But it makes it feel less dark fantasy and more high fantasy. This dude is kind of interesting to me. He's the dude with the wings. See? Antivan Crow, huh? He's a romantic, and he's dealing with things. Like, even if this is what they're doing, you kind of want to have somebody with a little more. What I was going to say is going to sound like an oxymoron, but you want to have somebody with a little more masculine energy to describe these. Like, well, Puddle, obviously this person has more masculine energy as they're not a woman. They are a man. Well, guess what? There's a lot of women who is a hell of a lot more masculine and still feminine than the energy this heifer is putting out. This is not the look that this game needs right now. Not with the way everything's going. How many games have died recently because of this crap? Like, listen, you have to be able to sell to everybody. Don't push to one side or the other. Don't go this way. Don't go that way. Make a game people can buy. Do you want to sell tens of games or millions of games? Dustborn proved you can sell tens of games. Well, Potter, I'm pretty sure it sold more than 100 copies, and you're saying it sold tens. Well, guess what? If you log on and check the charts, that game, I don't think ever broke 100 players live at one time. So whether it sold 50 or 50,000, they had enough people playing to make it count, which means the game is dead. People are not going to go back and play it. People don't like it. And you're talking about, by the way, a new game. Not a game been out for 10 years. If I get on Steam charts and I see Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds only has 20 players, I say, yes! You still remember my game that I love. But if I get on and I see a brand new game just come out, only has 50 players, that ain't good. That's not good. Your game's dead. And, okay, let's just say this. There are some people who care and give a crap about this game. Look at here. The environments look good. They look better than the last game. That's good. The game, let's give it another positive. This is the first game I've seen in a while that actually wants to run on more than just a freaking 4090. I said, yeah. Heck yeah. Sell to more people. Optimize your game. Yeah. Oh, Lord of mercy. And then we're going to, I'm telling you, Dragon Age has made it on its stories before. If you're going to start messing with the story and screwing it up for your own agendas and stuff, that's not right. Like, you're going to tear your whole system down. But whatever you want to do, more power to you, mate. You want to lose out? Lose out. He said trauma. He said trauma. Sounds more like drama. See, I like the combat. The models do look a lot better than the last game. The fact that we are less than 2 months away from this game's launch, and we haven't seen the character creator, does concern me after some of what I've read. If I don't know what the character creator looks like by the end of the month, I'm going to be really worried. But like Puddle, that isn't the biggest thing in the world. The character creator isn't. Well, guess what? In some games it is. Dragon Age should be a game that the character creator is a massive focus. Elder Scrolls, it should be a massive focus. Do you need to know it when you first announce? No. Do you need to know it about a month and a half, 2 months out? I would say so. At least tease it. Tease the character creator. It's on. This thing is so. The character creator is so little tease. It might as well be Amish. They got bonnets in the hair. This character just looks fun. It's the best looking one to me, and I may get into this game and hate it. But right now, this character looks fun. I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. Puddle. Blah blah blah. Why you like this one and you didn't like that one? Why you got this issue? Oh no, character just looks fun. Nothing wrong with a fun character. That's what they tried to do with Sarah, and she, I don't know. To me, Sarah in Dragon Age Inquisition just come out as a bit of an ass. I don't know. She was weird. Like, sometimes I liked her, sometimes I didn't. I never really took her with me because she just, I don't know. Yeah, I was like, yeah, I don't really Well, Paulo, you expect to take your whole companion crew and do them? Well, I take them as I feel I want to. If I want to hang out with somebody, just real life. Companions in a game like this make or break it because these are the people who you're going to be fighting with and interacting with. Like, they're constantly interacting with you. And why does my phone keep going off? Probably this dang hurricane crap. Let me put my phone on silent, y'all. Alright. Maybe that'll take care of that. I didn't quite put on silent, but still, I cut the volume way down. I'm hoping that'll take care of it. Let's see what they have to say about Bell something. Bellara. My dear sweet Bellara. And see, this is not what you need. My dear sweet Bellara. Dude, you're a dude. Everybody can tell it. You talking and acting like this is not selling this game. Like, you can be doing some of the stuff, but you need to do short interviews because when people see this and then they realize you're the game director, the more of this that they see, they get worried about the game, man, because not everybody thinks the way you do. Well, that's fine. Not everybody thinks the way I do. You know what? Not everyone's gonna tune into me. Very few people do. I have 22 subscribers right now. That's fine. I enjoy doing this. It's fun. But, dude, you got to see where you're at and realize you're selling a game right now. I done sales once before. Well, maybe more than once. Well, no, once, I guess. Technically, another job I done sales with. But, you have to know who your audience is, and you have to see what they need, and you have to sell the product they need to them, and do the upsell if possible, to do your best job, whether you're getting more money out of it or not. This guy is getting more money, I guarantee you, if the game does well. And he's so into himself that he doesn't realize that, hey, me acting weird is not going to sell this game to normal people. Use some sense. If I go to frickin' Lowe's or Home Depot and I go, hey, you know what? I need some screws. Can you help me find, or no, not screws. Let's say bolts, because bolts you need a little more help with. I need some bolts. I don't know how to tell this bolt. I know that you can just go and take and screw it into a certain thread and find out. Well, guess what? If I didn't know that, I would go to this salesperson. I'd be like, can you help me find it? If they come up there and they act like they don't know, or they don't give a crap, or they just act weird in general, I'm going to be like, I really don't want to get you to help me. I'll politely just back out and act like this is what I need, and I will go get somebody else and make sure this is what I need. And it's not just this kind of weird. That's just me personally, what I would say. There's people going to think, okay, well, this dude's weird talking about me. He's a little off. I don't like the way he acts. Everybody sees everybody else differently. Not the, you have to realize your audience and tone yourself to your audience when it comes to sales. Don't open mouth insert foot. And they got a lot of feet coming at them. That's like tentacle monsters or something. Oh, now I'm worried Bellara is going to be a stand-in for this heifer. Is this hurricane? If I get in this game and this character is she, I am not going to be happy. I will roast it. We just have normalcy. We don't need all this weird stuff in it. Now, one thing people have roasted this game over is they said that you'll be able to romance anybody, which means the weird stuff. Putting it politely. Well, that's okay. That means I should be able to choose to do that or not to do that. So if I don't want to romance anybody, I shouldn't have anybody hitting on me. Inquisition, Dorian is going to hit on you whether you want him to or not. Yeah, I don't want that. If this game keeps it where it can be, you play this game and not feel any of the stuff, then I will be happy. Just let me play the game the way I want to. But if you start trying to shove stuff down people's throats any daggone way that you want to, it's wrong. I'm concerned what this guy said about the game being what did Dragon Age: The Veilguard game director confirms inclusivity at the heart of the game is inherently queer. Yeah. To me, it looks like the game was planned to be weird, and they saw Justice League. They saw all these games having major issues, and they started running the other way as quickly as they could. There may be cut content or content that they add extra levels to get to put up walls to keep it from being super obvious so that people don't get upset. And you know what? If they do that and try and make it normal, I'll be okay with it. I'll be okay. It may not be how I want to play it, but you know what? You're giving people choice option. However you want to play it, I don't give a crap. Enjoy what you do or what you don't do. Personally, I have my own thoughts on that. I don't think you should do X, Y, Z politely. However, I know I'm a sinner falling from grace, and I don't do everything I need to do right. Everybody does. Everyone is falling short of the glory of God. So if you don't realize to have forgiveness, then you're not reaching anybody. You need to be able to work through you know issues. Oh Lord of mercy. I feel like my logo is slightly to the right. Nothing centered up now for some reason. I'll try and fix that later. By the way, I created some backgrounds for this new overlay for the webcam and chat. Hope y'all like them. I used to like it when it was like nothing but black behind me. It looked awesome. But I started doing some more artistic stuff with this thing, and I've done this and that, and I like the way this laid out, but that makes it where I look kind of weird back behind me, depending on the thumbnail. I was like, you know what? Let's put something back there that people can see what's going on. She fangirls over Nev a little bit. That better be all. I get the feeling it's a little more the way they said it, but I could be wrong. This guy looks both interesting and kind of like you do not belong in this game. Who is that guy? He looks just like dang it, the actor was before my time, but y'all give me a second. Vincent Price. The guy looks like Vincent Price, and that ogre looks awful. That looks cartoony. Like everything in this game looks. I think it's just leftovers from when they were trying to live service this game. Now, don't get me wrong. A live service game with friends set in a fantasy about like Dragon Age could be fun. Even a Dragon Age spinoff of that's a live service could be fun. But I never wanted the next Dragon Age game, Dragon Age 4, to be a live service game. I wanted a continuation where I could play and mod the game and have fun as I wanted and not have to put up with people. Now, if you make a live service variant set in off time or something like that, you could really have fun. I won't lie. At one point, I thought, especially as bad as Mass Effect messed up with 3 and then Andromeda, I thought, the best thing they could do with to have a sci-fi franchise again was to just kind of rip some of the gameplay of Mass Effect and mod it or combine it with Dragon Age and make it into like their version of Warhammer 40k. Like Space Marine just released. They could have Dragon Age uh, Galactic or some I don't just some random spacey name or is 2000 or something. Dragon Age 2000, just something that shows hey this takes place in the future and it's spacey and you have space wizards and mechanical swords and guns and all that crap. That could have been fun. That could have been real fun. Especially after this is just no, no, not happening. This dude it got too much salt in his coffee, and it not helping, mate. It's not helping, not at all, not in the least, not in the least, mate. I both like and hate this little scene they're showing. It looks kind of cool, like we're going to sit around and figure this out, but it looks like we're going to have a little hipster time, mate, and do a little tea times, and I pour my drink in my cup, refill it, but it's just no, man. We got the daggum hipsters. We got the Dragon Age hipsters. Oh, dear Lord. Please be with us in this time of darkness. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to blaspheme, Lord. Don't take it that way. I'm trying to point out this does not look like it's going to be the greatest. And we may need help to get through this drought of games. I'm not kidding. I think we're gonna be playing a lot of old games for a while, and it's gonna take them a little while to get fixed. Um, Overwatch for I hate to go jump onto that, but they're gonna have to fix their stuff next year. It's the year of the hero shooter's coming, and if they don't get right, they're gonna get gone. Hey, Vincent Price. Say that, and they really didn't give an example. I would have gave an example to sell there, and they didn't. Um, why? Why wouldn't you give an example? Like you made this big deal about the skeleton and didn't give a small example. You wouldn't have to take a few seconds, you know. Oh, well, they did. They showed him. No, they didn't really show. Give an example when it's still in the show. So either there's spoiler reasons why you don't want to show it, or it's not as good as you claim it is, and they editors cut it out. I hope this character turns out better than I'm worried about. I don't know. There's just something. This has been off. Like I said, I think it's the animations, and if that's the case, it's gonna be all the characters. Just gonna have this weird fake look to them. But they're used to being fake. I like that. The dark spawn just do not look the best. I can't get over it. I like the Griffin. They done they done good work on the Griffin. I'll give them that. Good job. And you at least get a thumb up. And I'm sorry for hitting the mic. Cut off the thumb. Don't cut off my thumb. This takes place in a lighthouse. Obviously, it's in the fade. That's why it looks weird. The fade can look weird. It's supposed to be kind of a ethereal place. That's fine. But things need to look a little weird and alien. Go for it. But don't make the badass Kunori Klingon ripoff for fantasy look like a bunch of frickin' twinks. I like the armor a lot better than Inquisition. And definitely Origins. I just being honest, folks. The armor designer has done a really good job. All the armor I've seen has looked pretty decent. is this? Give me just a second, y'all. I should look this up to begin with. Sorry, folks. I'm trying to get to. That's gonna be the best view we're gonna get of it. Okay. This is the Kunari from Dragon Age 2. This is the Era Shock. Granted, graphics are improved by now. Just want you to take a look. Do you see what I see? Bull crap, they got a frickin' twink.
They're so complex. They're just so good. They're the greatest ever.
Why every darn time do y'all do this? I'm serious. Why? Why? Um, even Iron Bull looks better than this, and you can make some complaints on Iron Bull, and you can make some positives. He wasn't that bad a character. They based his face and everything on Freddie Prinze Jr., the actor. Okay, well that's fine. He at least looked like a Kunari still. This looks like a cartoon dark blue smurf with horns.
It's Twink Smurf. He got possessed by a demon. Now he has horns. Y'all. What? What is this? See, I can sit down for soy tea too. See, don't worry. The barista will bring us our soy triple X latte with grande. Yeah, and you notice that they wanted a triple X latte. It comes with way more than it's a size. No, you don't want to know what's in it. There's a little hint of what's in it. It ain't just soy sauce.
This does not look good. Why? Why? You know, I think we need to have a serious conversation about the Klingons from New Trek. I'm not a Trekkie, but Star Trek's a good example. It's been done. They went and made the Klingons look like orcs. Nope, they're not orcs. But son, at least they look badass. This looks like some sort of weirdo from Starbucks who's going to proposition for more than just some money for a latte. I'm getting very worried about this character creator. I think you're going to be able to make decent looking humans, some okay elves, but Kunari and dwarves, I'm currently worried about. I need to see some dwarves. Inquisition. I never played dwarf because I can't get a beard, a real beard. Beards and Inquisition are awful. It just isn't right playing a dwarf without a great big stylish beard. Well, thank you for letting me know there's a hurricane coming down at me. All right, know that there, folks. Should have done been telling people about that. While we are stopped, I have a critique of the UI. Darkspawn Horde. Why, son, the Darkspawn Horde is a single target. This better be not a single target. So this better be some sort of quest meter showing you the health of the Horde itself, and not being a single enemy. Darkspawn are broke up into Genlock, Herlock, I think Shriek, and Ogres. Each one is a twisted monstrosity created through ways that I will not be demonetized about. Wait a minute, I'm not monetized at all. Should I go through it? No, Potter, we don't want to lose the channel. Better not. But anyway, they're created. They are not become. They are created through brood mothers of each species. They turn them into brood mothers, and they have yeah. Yep. Let's keep it going. I'm noticing a lot of magical effects for things that should just be. It's a live service. It's just they took the live service game and done what they could with it. This game has probably had very little real changes from the live service, and it's just been. It's Wayfinders. Wayfinder started as an MMO, got turned into a single player. That's what they're doing here. They're taking what they had done with the live service model and converting it into the thing. It's probably why this person got the job. Is because all the real people left BioWare and they had nobody. And they had to convert this game over and they said, you know what, we'll give it to you. It's politically expedient. We'll do that. I don't know, folks. We're not worried about the. Look, I'm not worried about the steamiest romances.
Why not, Puddle? Everybody should be worried about the steamiest romances.
Go read 50 Shades of Grey or Twilight or whatever you want. That's the kind of person that's worried about the steamiest romances. You can have some romance. Whatever. That's fine. But this is freaking Dragon Age. Even when every game has had romance. But you have this. It's supposed to be a dark fantasy. Freaking Morgan, who's in this game, by the way, was a romanceable, one of the main romanceable options from the first game. And there was some dark stuff going on there. This game looks and feels like a cartoon version of Dragon Age. Where is Wile Coyote? I say, son. What is going on here?
Hollering, hollering.
She's a she was an interesting character in Ghost of Inquisition. I hope they don't screw her up. Really kind of shows how little thought they went into that game if they didn't realize Harding was going to be a fan favorite. Is what it tells me. Or this person didn't realize it. I think somebody did that is no longer there. I think this person is just a fill-in because everybody's gone. You got the leftovers, mate. You leftovers. I like the way Harding's looking in this game. She doesn't look as cartoony as many of the others. Looks more badass. Looks awesome. And then we got whatever that Kunara thing was. It looked like a daggum cartoon character. Tell me how that possible, mate? How can you have this character over here being so awesome looking, so realistic looking, and then the next character looks like a freaking cartoon, mate? You want to know why? Because they didn't do a good job, the people who made this game. They done a sorry job. The art styles don't match. Puddle, you're being too critical. No, I'm being realistic. The art styles do not match. One companion looks like a cartoon. Another one looks like they took a cartoon and made him somewhat. And then two or three other characters look like they're real characters. Some of these things are just leftover bits from the live service game, and some of them are created for this game. I'm leaning right now that these characters right here were made for the live service game.
Well, Powder, why you say that?
Because look at the quality of these two characters. And then look at the other quality.
What do you mean, Puddle?
What I mean is, let's just bring it up real quick. Let's see here. See if we can get let's just use that character as a I can't take all that white. Let's see here. Can we get this? I went to that web page and it's like bright white. I've got everything on dark mode. I don't know why that page is on. Everything is on. I hope when I go to the other browser it doesn't do this. I can't take all that. Oh, thank the Lord. This character, and this was a better image of the character from what I've seen options of thus far. That's a more realistic version of it than I've seen in other examples. And then we go to here.
Well, Puddle, that might be a cinematic. In fact, it obviously looks like a cinematic.
Well, guess what? Dragon Age Inquisition, all the cinematics about it was done in engine. Does this mean we're going back to the old days where the cinematics look completely different from the rest of the game? Because we couldn't make the game do what we wanted it to do in order to pull those cinematics off. So we're gonna do like a World of Warcraft where they it's just cut away from the game and it looks completely different. I understand why with WoW they're running a 20-plus-year-old engine.
But no, Puddle, WoW's only 20 years old this year. The engine's older. How you know?
Because the game was made in it. You think the game was created right then? Sorry, I had to address anyone who's willing to argue on that option. You get on Twitter, so many people want to argue, including me sometimes, I guess. Whatever. But seriously, look at this. There is two completely different art styles to this game. And I didn't realize it till now. I know some things have looked off here and there, but there are two completely different art styles. And part of it feels like some characters are like from a previous version. And they just ported them. And then these new people come in and make
Let's make ourselves soy latte characters.
and the art styles don't match. We got Twinkanaris. So 20 years from Dragon Age Origins. See? Varric looks awesome. Realistic.
It's a cinematic.
I haven't seen that far. Obviously, I have missed something, and that's fine. I'm not trying to look for all the spoilers. What I am trying to do is get a feel for how this game's gonna be. We'll do a playthrough with it at some point when it releases. Yes, Judas. So Solus is trapped in the Fade. It looks like it easily jump there. Okay. So somebody better story they're going to use. Yeah, that's what. There's Bianca. Which means that they're like, yeah, we want him to give him a wrapped up story, and then, well, we decided we want to bring him back in the game, so yeah, let's just boot what we did before. Retcon. That is a character created Kunari. What is going on? That's cartoon. backtrack. This is real. Look, this is cartoon looking. Two completely different art styles. I have played Kunari on Dragon Age Inquisition, and while they may not look quite as badass as the Airshock, you could say, well, my Kunari wasn't as battle hardened as the Kunari that landed in Kirkwall. Okay, well, I can believe that. Different life experiences. Everyone's going to look a little different. This looks fake. This looks decently realistic. If this game's any good, the modding community is going to have to save it from itself and its developers. The textures are awful. I think seriously sometimes about doing a modded Skyrim playthrough again and actually stream it. I couldn't stream it before, but now with what I've got going on setup wise, I might could pull it off. But seriously, I don't know, folks. His friend betrayed him, but he's still attached. That's realistic. You grow close to somebody in life, and then they betray you, and you're either gonna get mad or you're gonna wanna, in the case of Solus, you can tell, well, my friend's still in there. I just didn't know everything about them, so I could see it being realistically true. He's torn. The character looks like he's seen a lot better days. I hate to say it. I don't know what all is going to happen, but I feel like at this point, Varric needs to die and have an epic, good way of going out, not just crapping on him on the way out, so we can have the girl who's the key to it all to take his place. We don't need that. He needs to have an epic way out the door. That's where I feel like where he's at right now. Okay, folks. That's it on that video. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna wrap this up. Wrap it up? Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up. I don't know, folks. It's a mixed bag. The game feels like it's gonna be kind of mediocre. I hate to say it. I feel like the best parts of it will be from the leftovers from the people that come before, and then we're gonna have a lot of the new people stuff come in and mess with stuff, like the Lucanus or whatever Lucian. He looks pretty cool, but I'm sitting here looking at his character model in the thumbnail. Y'all see him?
Hold on, that's not a thumbnail. That's background.
Well, it was the thumbnail for YouTube, so it just doubles as a background for here. He looks very frou-frou. Vincent Price sitting over there in the center, looking kind of cartoonish himself. I feel like was it the female elf Valara or whatever, Harding, Nev. I feel like they were parts of the original game, and they were done up and more thoroughly created. And then they come around with these new people to make whether they existed before or created by them. I feel like, especially the Kunari and Lucanus, were made by the new people. I feel like Vincent Price here was somewhat created by the original people, but maybe not completely. And he may have been. He's a better model than some of the others. Um, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how I feel. But that is about a, what, an hour and 40-minute stream. So yeah, we're gonna actually end this thing up pretty quick. I started a little bit later, but I was trying to wait till Loki finished his stream up. But I did launch it about the same time. But I wanted to see how everything come out with this game. I want to see how everything's coming out. Is what I'm trying to say. And as of right now, not impressed, y'all. If you would like, follow, subscribe, whatever your platform is asking you to do. I'm not asking you to spend money. I'm just asking you to, hey, make it a little easier to find old puddle jumper if you had fun here. That's all I'm asking for. Let them algorithms put puddle jumper where you can find them every once in a while if you enjoy this little stream here. Or in some cases, a video, because I probably will edit this thing out just a little bit. I won't cut very much out and re-upload it. Probably onto YouTube and Rumble. Might even put it on X as well. If I feel like it's going to be hard to find the live stream. That's why I did the last one. Because I kept having trouble finding the live stream. So it's like, well, let me just re-upload it as a video. Make it a little easier to find. Well, it's did, I believe. Been getting a lot of views, but I get a little bit of view, and I'm thankful for everybody who watches any of this content. Thank you. You know that you are well appreciated. And right now, I'm going to end this thing and wish y'all a wonderful day. Take care.